Good afternoon. It's Wednesday, January 17th, 2018. So today's topic is kind of like, you've lived too long when you've personally witnessed all the turnings of the generational cycles of life. As our generation reaches its, or at least my generation reaches its apex of influence, as we yield and entrust our future to the next generation, I'm left wondering what the hell happened. As our children move into midlife and begin to take power, the transfer of power and influence is nothing like when we took over. The baby boomers took over from our parents, the silent generation, or when our parents took over from their parents, the greatest generation. You could say the transfer of power this time isn't going as planned or as expected. I'm watching in dismay and horror as the leaders of the succeeding generation systematically erase all memory of our generation, all of our accomplishments from history. We're not stupid. We know that each generation is born, matures, and comes to power and influence. And it decides what course to follow. But what's different this time? It's the radical departure from all previous generations' accomplishments. It's how they're literally tearing apart everything that's good and replacing it with a very negative bias. A dark, ugly, hate-filled society is emerging. Instead of building on all of our accomplishments, our children are vilifying our generation to justify the implementation of its radically different society. The more evil that we can be made out to be, the easier it will be for the ushering in of this dark, transformed society. So as we enter our twilight years, instead of dealing with issues like getting old, dealing with illness, real life and death situations, we're forced now to come out of retirement, so to speak, and to entertain ways to stop our children from destroying our society. We're witnessing the systematic de-evolution of not just our symbols, but our whole ancient culture. Why are they so embarrassed to be part of the greatest society ever? Why do they feel that rewriting history and replacing it with a handful or a hateful paradigm is going to make things better? Personally, I actually believe it's too late. As a society, we've de-evolved very quickly, right before my very eyes, from a first world country to a third world shithole. And I have no strength or any influence to stop it. And I guess even worse, I have to reconcile that it's our own children of privilege that is pushing us into this deep, dark hole. Yes, change is inevitable, but do we want to see our children go so far into left field that humans must start all over again? Our society must start all over again? This is a question to think about. Our media, our government, our celebrities, our athletes, all of the stars, everybody we look up to is doing this to us. And we have to figure out why. Why are they tearing our society apart? Why are they destroying us? This is what we have to figure out as watchers, as spiritual ones. We have to stay out of the mess. We have to watch. We have to be patient. And then when the time comes, we will help try to bring healing where healing will be needed, because it will be needed. I'll talk to you soon.